This is Laurus Saratoga, Saratoga Bay Laurel. You're looking at an example of it used in a group planting in Northern California. This is in Pleasanton, California. We're a warm inland valley near San Francisco Bay. In the summer we get in the 90s to 100 Fahrenheit, and in the winters low 20s are typically our lows. What I've read about this is that this is hardy to around 20 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a good look at the trunk of the tree, by the way. It has a nice smooth gray bark, and you see how the stems here are very green. That's typical until they're a couple of years old. They have this green appearance, so they look much like the leaves. Also notice the type of leaf. It's just a nice oval leathery leaf, a nice shade of green, a little waxy. And then these are flower buds. This is in November, and these bloom heavily during the winter, and they have a creamy yellow bloom. Here's a shot pulled away a little further so that you can see. One of the things to look at is you see how at the edge of the canopy you see all these shoots. What had happened is they had kept these trees very tight for a number of years, and then in the last 2 years they've just let them run. And because of that, you're seeing 2 to 3 foot growth shoots of 1 year. And so these trees, I believe, are about 15 years old or so. And now that they've let them fill in, they kind of kept them pruned a little tighter, almost like a lollipop. The last couple of years, they've let them go, and they've become a very nice shape, kind of a conical form. And as I said, they're getting 2 to 3 feet of growth per year right now. And the height on these is about 25 to 30 feet. And I'd say 15 to 20 feet wide is the width on those. And here's another angle. So very dense, good looking dark green tree, very clean appearance, does not fruit, and really good for the type of use. They've used it here as a windscreen at the edge of a sports field. And because of its density and its height and the spacing that they gave it, it's worked very well as that windscreen, and gives them afternoon shade along the edge of the field while people are watching sports. They can sit in the shade. So I like this tree as an evergreen screen, or usually that's how I'm using it. In residential use, which is what I typically am doing, I think it's very appropriate as a larger evergreen tree. We don't have a lot of great options in our area for evergreen trees of this size. What I also like is that it doesn't get huge like many other trees. So this 25 to 30 feet tall by 25 feet wide or so is a very useful size, I find, in design. And otherwise you're getting into larger trees like podocarpus and quercus and things that are also, the quercus tends to be, Quercus agrifolia tends to be a messier tree because of the acorns and the leaf drop. These do not do a large leaf drop yearly like the oak does, and I think that's one of the other reasons I like them. I think in terms of trees, it's a pretty clean evergreen option, and there aren't a lot of those, as I said, for this size. I think I mentioned this already, but these are hardy to around 15 degrees Fahrenheit, and take the inland heat just fine. Also very drought tolerant once established, so good in that way. And yeah, I think that's what I can tell you about Laurus Saratoga. Really nice tree, does not have the pest issues that Grecian Bay does, some of the scale and other things. I've really never seen that on these trees, and I've been watching these trees for a good 10 to 15 years, and they've just been really nice performers with no visible signs of problems. So that is Saratoga Bay Laurel, Laurus Saratoga.